Well, hello, friends. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, director of Priests for Life, bringing you my daily diary for Saturday, the 13th of January, Sunday, the 14th, Monday, the 15th, and Tuesday, the 16th of January of 2024. What did I do on these days? So on Saturday morning, the 13th, after doing a little bit of work on my desk, we're getting finalized the plans for the national survey that we are commissioning together with the McLaughlin polling group. I jumped into the car and took an early drive to Jacksonville, Florida. Now, the reason I was driving up there is for the Florida March for Life, at which I was a key speaker and prayer leader. So what I did was drove up there, and while driving, listening to some pro-life podcasts and other information I needed to listen to, and got there and connected with the pro-life activists who were gathering in one of the, first of all, for a holy hour at one of the parishes. So I greeted the people as they were arriving in church. They all knew me, and many of them are Priests for Life supporters. Went in, prayed for a while, and then drove over to the nearby park where the prayer service was taking place. Met with the local clergy there, other pro-life leaders who were there from around the state of Florida, and then we started what is called the Liturgy for the Preborn at the Time of Death, and I actually helped to write some of it. The Charismatic Episcopal Church created this. It's the CEC for Life group that sponsored this march together with a number of other groups. And there we had this liturgy in which there were several speakers, myself among them. Then we marched through the city of Jacksonville, came back and concluded, and then some of the key leaders there and pastors had lunch together. So we had a nice lunch where we all were catching up with one another, talking about pro-life strategy. Then I checked into my hotel, and by this time it was mid to late afternoon, and I checked in with my office and had to do a number of phone calls and work there together with email work. Worked in my hotel room for a few hours, and then at 7 in the evening, the local Charismatic Episcopal Church pastor picked me up, and with him and a couple of other folks, we went out to a seafood dinner, and again discussed the pro-life movement and especially the needs of the movement in Florida. So that was a great day on Saturday, the 13th. Slept overnight in Jacksonville, and on Sunday morning, the 14th, got ready to go to church, but had to do also some work on my laptop first, interacting with projects that the staff is working on. A pro-life strategy memo for the America First Policy Institute, did some work on that. The ongoing work on finalizing our national poll. Sent a few more opinion pieces to a couple of publications, opinion pieces talking about different dimensions of the upcoming March for Life and other related activities. So I did some writing there early in the morning on the 14th, did some communicating with a social media consultant to work on upcoming trip plans, and communication with pro-life leaders in regard to promoting the national prayer service that we run on the day of the March for Life. Having done all that at my desk, I drove over to church. The local pastor had me speak, and then this was not a Catholic parish. This was the same pastor that led the prayer walk the day before. And then I got right in the car because I had to drive back to Titusville to my office. And as I was driving there, I had a good conversation with a friend who is in the media and has started work in a special social media initiative that's going to help the elections. And she wanted my involvement in that. And so we talked for a while on the phone. I arrived at my office. I listened again to various pro-life podcasts on the way, and also had some conversations with our executive director while I was driving. Arrived at my office, unpacked and repacked, and got picked up about an hour later. One of my staff people came in. I had to have him do a couple of computer-related things. And then one of my staff people as I said, came in, and then he left, and then I was picked up for the airport, went to Orlando Airport, and there boarded a flight for New York that took off later in the evening and arrived in Westchester County Airport, where then I went to my home there, where my mom lives, and settled in for the evening. That was Sunday the 14th. Monday the 15th, I was there visiting with my mom. I had to, again, of course, do work in communication with the staff, so I hopped on the morning briefing, gave them, we were planning, of course, for the imminent trip to Washington, D.C. For the march. After the staff briefing, I had a conference call with one of the major pro-life leaders in the political arena. We talked for a while. Was back in communication with several staff people, had a meeting with our communications director, meeting with our executive manager, and various other key staff people, social media department, website department, and made sure that the data and the monthly statement for our donors who contribute each month was ready for the month of February. Then I had another phone call with a leader in abortion recovery work who's going to help us out in San Francisco for the Silent No More gathering in conjunction with the West Coast Walk for Life. Spoke with her as some of the matters that I dealt with on email, and otherwise was another opinion piece that I sent into Life News, approval of our monthly statement to donors, preparation for upcoming trips, work with our political department on the prolifevote.com page, work on the plan for launching Pro-Life University, and also approvals of an email blast going out for Priests for Life. Then I had a 3 p.m. meeting with staff, which had to do with final preparations for going to Washington, going to the March for Life, planning and carrying out and leading the National Prayer Service and all the different things that we do. And then I was later in the day, of course, visiting there with my mom, having dinner with her and my brother, and doing some family work and things that needed to be done there at the house. Tuesday the 16th, I also visited with my family, spent time there with my mom, and had to do a number of tasks, of course, in conjunction with the office, such as promotion of March for Life spots that we had made with our pastoral team tapings a few weeks ago, and finalizing the trip plan for that. We have like about 10 different staff people with different responsibilities. We had to make sure everything was ready. Janet, our executive director, manages all of that. Media opportunities for me, we decided on some of those. Follow up with my friend who has this new social media initiative, getting political information approved for the website, and giving directions to staff in that regard. Promoting Pro-Life University, which we are about to announce, and also promoting the fact of Bishop Strickland being with us at the March for Life. Visited more with the family. I did an interview at 1:30 p.m. with Lance Wallnau, my first time on with him. We had a great discussion about pro-life and faith and politics. And then I had a meeting with one of our technology associates. And then at 4:30 in the afternoon, an interview again that I did on the Buck Sexton program. We're talking about the upcoming March for Life and also faith and politics and abortion. So Buck Sexton had me on. It was a 4:30 interview, like I say, but we went for about a half an hour, a little bit more. And then with the family in the evening. So that was Tuesday the 16th of January. Those are those 4 days. That's what I did. I hope your days are going well. Thank you for your commitment to this great cause of ending abortion. God bless you.